Engagement is not entertainment. In technical training, it means keeping learners thinking, responding, and practicing. In this module, we'll look at simple techniques, polls, chats, questions, and mini-tasks that help you gauge understanding and adjust in the moment. You have already built your trainer foundation: confidence, voice, structure, and presentation delivery. Now we shift from clear explanation to intentional participation, so learners stay involved throughout the session, not just listening, but thinking, responding, and practicing. Technical training can look quiet and orderly, but quiet does not always mean learning is happening. Dense concepts and long demonstrations can easily turn learners into spectators. Engagement changes that. When learners predict what comes next, answer questions, discuss decisions, and apply steps themselves, attention rises and memory improves. Your role is to design those moments intentionally, so participation leads to understanding, retention, confidence, and real workplace application. One of the fastest ways to lose learners is to explain for 20 minutes straight. Instead, build a steady rhythm. Teach a concept. Ask a quick question. Run a short check. Show an example, or give learners a small task. Repeat that cycle every 3 to 7 minutes. The goal is not activity for its own sake. Each interaction should confirm understanding, surface confusion, or help learners apply what they just learned. Before moving on, use a quick check to see whether learners are with you. Keep it simple. Ask an A or B question, invite thumbs up, neutral or down, or have someone summarize the idea in one sentence. These checks are low pressure because they are not tests. They give you a signal: continue, clarify, or adjust before learners start a demo or practice task. Different engagement methods serve different purposes. Polls work well for quick opinions, predictions, prior knowledge, or decisions. Chat questions are useful online when you want fast responses without requiring people to speak. Reflection prompts go deeper, helping learners connect the topic to their own work. Whatever you choose, keep the prompt short, specific, and easy to answer, so participation feels manageable rather than intimidating. Once you explain a concept, turn it into action quickly. Give learners a small task they can finish in 2 to 5 minutes, such as running a command, adjusting a setting, or solving one focused problem. Then use a short quiz or review to check what stuck. Immediate feedback matters. When learners see the answer right away, they can correct misunderstandings before those mistakes become habits. If you ask, "Did you understand?" most learners will nod, even when they are unsure. Replace that with a question that requires thinking. Ask them to explain a step, compare two options, predict what happens next, or diagnose an error. Then pause. Give them time to form an answer. Better questions expose confusion early, while there is still time to correct it. Open-ended questions move learners beyond recall and invite them to reason. After an example or demonstration, ask how they would approach it, why a step matters, or what might happen if a condition changed. The value is not only the answer, it is the explanation behind it. When more than one solution is possible, welcome different responses and compare the reasoning. That helps learners connect concepts, surface misconceptions, and practice thinking like practitioners. Diagnostic questions make confusion specific and actionable. Instead of asking, "Does that make sense?" ask for the next step, or offer likely causes and have learners choose. If an API request returns a 401, ask, "Is the token missing, expired, or invalid?" Their answers reveal the misconception. And when several learners choose the same wrong cause, pause and reteach that decision point before moving on. Scenario-based questions work like a practice simulator. Start with a realistic workplace situation, then ask learners to choose what they would do next or predict what will happen. The key is to make them commit before revealing the answer. That moment of prediction creates useful mental effort, which improves transfer. Afterwards, don't just mark the response correct or incorrect. Explain the reasoning, compare choices, and connect the lesson back to decisions they will face on the job. In online training, engagement often appears as small digital traces. A quiet chat, slow answers, camera changes, missed polls, or silence after instructions can mean learners are confused, distracted, or unsure how to respond. Treat these as signals, not problems. Make participation easier with polls, reactions, and simple check-ins. If responses drop, pause, simplify the question, and reset the room calmly before moving forward. In a classroom, feedback is happening all the time, even before anyone speaks. Confused expressions, closed posture, or avoiding eye contact can signal that learners are stuck. Side conversations may point to boredom, uncertainty, or unclear directions. Positive signals such as nodding, note-taking, and steady attention show connection. Your job is to notice patterns, pause when needed, re-explain briefly, move closer, and invite participation in a safe, low-pressure way. Strong facilitators treat learner signals as data, not interruptions. When confusion appears, slow down and explain the idea another way. When the room goes quiet, lower the barrier with an easier question or anonymous poll. When attention drifts, add a quick task or practical example. And when people seem overloaded, summarize, pause, and check understanding before moving on. Observe, adjust, then check again. The goal is simple. Keep learners actively thinking. Build interaction into your session. Ask questions that reveal understanding, and watch for signals of confusion or disengagement. When you notice those signals, adjust. Next, we'll focus on handling questions, doubts, objections, and delivery mistakes with professionalism.